One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, no.
Good morning, class! It's February. You know what that means. Black History Month.
A 4-week opportunity to plan a mini lesson on I Have a Dream.
Or that polite old lady who sat at the front of the bus.
A Socratic seminar on Langston Hughes' contributions to the Harlem Renaissance. Don't have time to plan a lesson? Just throw on the movie Roots and you'll be good for a whole week.
30 days in the beginning of a white history year is all we get.
Like a pat on the back?
It is not our job to teach you about Black history.
But since our courses only cover Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King,
we present How to Understand Black People for Dummies.
Or
How we started from the bottom, now we're here. Step 1.
Know some stuff our people have invented.
Thank you, Marie Van Britton Brown, for creating the home security system
you like to watch us on. Thank you, Alice Parker, for creating the furnace that has yet to melt the heart of the judge.
Who sentenced Francis Hayden to life for selling marijuana.
While Stanford swimmer,
white rapist,
Brock Turner,
got 6 months. Step 2. Understand the complexity of black hair.
Please don't ask why I don't get my hair wet. And no, you can't touch it.
I want to remove the kinks and knots from my mind.
Not my hair. Don't forget, not all black girls wear weaves. Yes, this is my real hair.
No, I don't curl my hair every morning.
It's not my job to explain to you how my hair naturally falls into a twist.
Step
3. We ain't all criminals. Wipe that look off your face, girl.
I don't want to take your purse. I'm not trying to sell you drugs.
I will sell the idea that I'm not a
rapist,
delinquent,
or philanderer.
Step 4. Our diet doesn't consist of fried chicken,
watermelon,
and Kool-Aid. I don't eat fried chicken because I'm black.
I eat it delicious.
I drink Kool-Aid because I've got a sweet tooth.
I eat watermelon because it's the only healthy item in my local market.
It is not our job to educate you about our ancestors.
If you don't know what slavery is, then pick a history book.
But not even those will tell you
how many days we spent toiling in the dirt to build the White House we couldn't live in for 216 years. How many hours
we have to worry about being lynched for saying the wrong word,
being in the wrong area,
or looking at the wrong woman.
How many graves we had to dig with our bare hands.
Understand that we make history every day just by surviving in this white man's country.
The tides are beginning to turn.
And some are beginning to realize
the heart of racism is still alive and healthy.
Now we have guilt as white as spilled milk and puddles all over the nation.
But you want us to be the janitors and mop it up.
It is not our job to clean up the mess you left. It is not our job to comfort you as you come to terms with the atrocities of your ancestors.
It's time for you to acquaint yourself with the dirt.
Use your platform of power and preach the gospel of equality.
Lock arms with us in a peaceful protest.
We fight for freedom and justice every day.
Simply by being ourselves.
We are the ones living Black history. You see, simply by being
a filmmaker,
an orphan,
a dancer,
we are Black history.
We are American history.
Your only job
is to join us.
Everybody say, I am clean chaser.
I am clean chaser. A special shout out goes to Mr. Damian Thaddeus Jones, who inspired all of us to chase our dreams and not make any excuses. Thanks to Miss E and the Black History Committee for working extremely hard to bring in the best speakers. Over the next couple of Wednesdays, we will continue to have more guest speakers during family gathering. On Wednesday, February 14th, the next speaker will be Mr. Ray Shackelford. And instead of me telling you a little bit about him, I'm going to allow him to introduce himself to you.
My name is Ray Shackelford. I'm from Houston, Texas, 3rd Ward, born and raised. I am the president of the Houston Area Urban League Young Professionals, and I am the CEO of Those Parking Guys Valet and Parking Management Services. I grew up in the Houston area, only left once for an extended period of time went off to college at Morehouse. Also currently working on some different public speaking projects as well as voiceovers. Entrepreneurship came about. My father, he has always worked for himself since he finished his education. He's owned his own law firm for about 40 years almost now. And so that was my model. Looking at that, I've always looked up to him and a lot of things he's done in his life, and so that had a huge influence on me. And so I knew at an early age that I wanted to own and operate a number of different businesses. I didn't want to be in one specific industry. I pretty much wanted to be a business mogul. So you look at people like Russell Simmons, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, those types of individuals, that's kind of what I'm looking to attain. In high school, the entrepreneurship bug hadn't kicked in just yet. I was playing football from freshman year all the way through senior year. I was in IB and magnet classes, straight A student, graduated with a 3.9, 1270 on the SAT. That's back when it was still out of 1600. I was in Boy Scouts. I actually became an Eagle Scout when I was 17. And at the time, it was about 10 or 11 of us. It was the most black Eagle Scouts to cross at one time. And my troop, Troop 242, had more black Eagle Scouts than any other troop in the nation. And so community, school, that's pretty much what I was doing while I was in high school. Didn't really party that much. My parents had to kind of like make me go out and be social. I didn't really go into that aspect of my life until I got to college. First of all, I didn't want to be in Boy Scouts. I was very irritated. You had to get up, go to camp, be in the woods. Yeah, that's for the birds. But, in retrospect, when you look back on those things, stuff that you've accomplished, you realize how significant it is, not just within the black community, because there's not a lot of us that come out of there and do those types of things, but it teaches you leadership, responsibility. You get a lot of life skills. It pushes you outside of your comfort zone a great deal. And so the personal growth and learning how to do that at an early age is something that, you can't put a price on, and it transcends and goes on with you to other stages of your life. So the things that I got in Boy Scouts, being forced to be a leader of my peers at an early age, being a senior patrol leader, having those responsibilities, having to, give out orders, delegate tasks, get things accomplished, and then, being out on a river, canoeing, those types of things, it's, life-lasting memories, and definitely something I would not change at this point. First and foremost, I never wanted to be president of the Urban League Young Professionals. Some doubt or maybe some fear there, and ultimately I prayed about it, and I think there was actually a meeting where our president at the time, he actually had me host it because he had something else to do. And once I got up there and I actually had to facilitate the meeting and ended up having to talk quite a bit, I just kind of knew that was the next step, and that I made that decision. Kind of like the light bulb that went off, and then after that, president, there was nobody else that was really next in line, so it was on me. When it comes to fear, I don't really fear a lot, and I think part of that is because my father conditioned me like that. He always told me, you fear no man, but you respect everyone. And so while I have a fear of God, a healthy fear when it comes to that, the only other thing at this point, now that I have a daughter, I fear a lot of things concerning her. Like, I'm concerned about, her well-being. I can remember a story I was just telling one of my friends the other day. She was on a playground, and she's 2 years old, and she wants to climb on a slide and do all this stuff. And I'm terrified because I'm thinking she's going to fall or hurt herself or something. And so what I learned, and it was another program, a leadership program I was in, that fear, there's an acronym, false expectations appearing real. And so a lot of times, what you imagine in your mind is not what it actually is. You make it a lot bigger or larger, those illusions, those monsters in your mind, than it actually is. And if you allow yourself to continue to think that way, it'll consume you. A lot of people don't know this, and I actually told some of my friends this story a while ago, a couple weeks ago. I've actually walked on fire before. And so what I mean when I say that, they put down like hot coals on the ground from a fire, and I walked across it. Now, this is again in a leadership program. When they presented that to me, I was like, y'all tripping. I was like, you've lost your mind. There's no way I'm about to do this. And I was getting ready to leave. I was going to pack up my stuff because it was out in like Brookshire, Texas. I was about to drive back to Houston. I was like, y'all are crazy. But you know, if you focus, because for something like that, you have to be intensely focused. Because otherwise you'll hurt yourself. But if you really focus on something, if you really want it, there's nothing you can't do in this world. You just have to maintain a positive mind frame and be flexible, because it's never gonna go how you plan it. You need to have a plan, of course, but life is gonna throw you all types of curves. You never know where it's gonna take you. But just know that that's what you want to accomplish and stay focused on that, and you'll be fine. Hey, I'm Ray Shackelford, and I am legendary.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, 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 oh, glory, glory.
Hands to the heavens, no man, no weapon formed against, yes, glory is destined. Everyday women and men become legends. Sins that go against our skin become blessings. The movement is a rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us. Justice is juxtaposition in us. Justice for all just ain't specific enough. One son died, his spirit is revisiting us. True and living in us. Resistance is us. That's why Rosa sat on the bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with our hands up. When it go down, we woman and man up. They say stay down, and we stand up. Shots, we on the ground, the camera panned up. King pointed to the mountaintop, and we ran up.
One day, when the glory comes.